All right, YouTube. This is your favorite cousin, YouTube cousin. This is Lena coming right back at you. So I call myself pausing, because I ain't really all that affluent with these pickle piles, but I'm like, you know what? Why not just go out on the limb and see what I can do? I don't know if I don't try, right? So with that being said, this is my second redo. This is for the week of April the 14th, right? All the way to the 21st. And this is what's coming, what to expect. Okay, so we got three piles. Pile one is the blue kyanite. Okay, pile two is the black tourmaline. This is more like a protective energy. Pile three is a prophecy stone. Okay, all right. I want you to take a second, a moment to marinate and see which one you are intuitively led to pick. Some of them may not have exact numbers or exact cards as the other piles is whatever that spirit said you needed. Okay. So take a minute, let it resonate. And it's 555 on my clock. So that just means changes. So pile one will start momentarily. Okay, so if you are here for Power One, this is a blue kyanite. This is a stone for emotional healing and psychic intuition. Okay, so let's see what is in this pile. Let's unpack it. So we got the shady rays, right? Okay, and this is saying that whatever is hidden, covered, or will be disclosed and brought out into the light. Okay, so let's see. It says, this is through the from the guardian angels. It says review and contemplation. So it says you've accomplished a great deal in your life and you have much to be proud of. Now is the time to decide what's next. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. Okay. Then we have the seven of action. This says you've been called upon to claim your personal power. Feel confident as your angels will give you the strength to say no when it's the right thing to do for yourself. Your struggle may actually stem from an unresolved inner conflict rather than a conflict with others. So you could be at war with yourself internally. Okay. And then it has healer of abundance. This is saying never doubt that you can make a difference. Your creativity and ability to be innovative make you destined to succeed. It might be time to expand your career, but don't forget to leave time for family. This situation involves a person, possibly you, who's down to earth with a gift for design or decorating. He or she is open-minded and nurturing. Okay. So, what I'm seeing is if something has been hidden for you this week, you would possibly see that if someone is trying to be dishonest, disloyal, lying to you, being very manipulative, not being forthright, that would be revealed to you within the next 7 days. Just also know this that energy and time, well, time is linear, right? So everybody is on a different timeline. So just because I am mentioning these things doesn't mean that it could be happening right now, even though I don't want to say prophesizing. That seems so heavy, and I don't give myself that much credit. But what I will say, these are things just to be out on the lookout for, just to have awareness as to what may be available or coming your way this week. It looks like Spirit is asking you to look at your life and kind of plan what it is that you're wanting to do. We did just start the spring equinox, which is like the start of a new year. This is a great time for you, my dear, to kind of be a little bit more cognizant and be forthright in terms of deciding what it is where you see yourself going in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, a year, or 3 years, right? And just writing that down. I guess being a little bit more goal orientated, and they're saying that whatever you do, you will get clear on your divine life purpose. And they're asking you to allow the real and authentic you to come forth. And I like that. I'm also getting that they're asking that all of the experiences that you've encountered, you endured, or you went through over the cycle of your life, to look at those things and to help you narrow down in terms of what it is and what you see for your life. Not what someone else sees for your life, but how you authentically what you see for your life, right? This is a 20, which breaks down to a 2. 2 to me represents stability. So maybe a partnership, but they want you to look at it and look at it from a standpoint of what is it that you need to do next for your life, because whatever that is part of your divine life purpose. The 7 of action to me is saying that they want you to be confident, they want you to be bold, and they don't want you to struggle with any inner conflict. So if you feel like, oh, I want to be an artist, but I don't think I draw good enough, or maybe somebody told you when you were younger that what you wasn't able to do, they don't, if you have a mindset to do something, they just want you to do it. They just want you to put action with it, right? They don't want you to overthink, overanalyze, talk yourself out of something, telling yourself what you're not capable of, because you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. Okay? Anything that you set your mind to do, you can go as far as your mind will allow you. And this is saying that never doubt, and it's going in sync. This is saying never doubt what you can do, because whatever you decide to do, it is your divine purpose, and you are meant to make a difference in someone else's life. So it sounds like this week they really want you to focus on what it is that you want. What do you feel will bring you happiness? What do you really even think you are working or living in your life purpose? If not, it seems like the universe is, I don't want to say arguing, but it's debating or challenging you to have a different outlook in terms of where you see yourself going. Okay. Look, and then for the wisdom of the oracle, we have the chop wood. So this makes me think of the review and contemplation, as well as the 7 of action card, right? Because I didn't see the cards. I just pulled the cards. Whatever came out for that pile, that's what came out. So this is telling me that the universe is saying chop wood. Like they want you to be proactive. Yeah, they want you to sit, think about your goals, where you see yourself going, but they're saying time's a wasting, right? I don't want to say it's wasting, but it's definitely like times is moving. And it's like, what are you going to do? Like, I'm going to read this just so I'll know. Okay, because I don't want to mince what, and it just went straight to the page. It says being grounded in everyday experiencing humility and humility. It says there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the bigger purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy and you receive your aha moments, which brings you even ever closer to what you see. So, what that is telling me is there are things that they want you to do, right? Like chop wood. And there are little things that you have to do, like the review and contemplation. Um, they are wanting you to sit down and think about what some of those things were that could be holding you back, because those things that are holding you back is not allowing you to grow. And they are wanting you to be in full blossom. So this week, it sounds like they want you to get rid of the mind clutter, any outdated, how do I want to say it? Any outdated advice or any outdated philosophies, ideologies, behaviors that you held on to that you thought were you, but really wasn't you. They want you to let that go, right? Because it's stopping you from being the better version of yourself for this coming week. Okay. All right. And not just for this week, this is more or less like going forward with your life. Okay. It's also saying that exchanging gifts. Okay. So let me look this up. 7, 8, 9, because I don't want to make it seem like I know everything, because I do not. But this is what's coming up for this week. The law of giving and receiving, currency, trade offs, weighing costs, and determining value. It says you're entering into a productive and enriching time when all matter of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them, yet, in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skill, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in the dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do, do, do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. So, with that being said, again, they really want for this next 7 days, because we are in the spring equinox and we just had a full moon if you're into those type of things. But this is saying that they want you to start looking at the people, places, situations, how you spend your time. If you're spending your time with things that do not give you an equal yield on your investment, it's saying that you might need to let those things go. So they are asking you to do an evaluation, back again to this review and contemplation and this 7 of action. And they want you part of like that pruning with the chopped wood of things that are outdated, that no longer serves your highest purpose, to start releasing those things because they're not befitting or they're not going where you need to go. They don't want you to sit and overanalyze what you're not in terms of what you're trying to be, because when you have those low energy frequency thoughts, it brings you down, and it can also derail you from going what is divinely meant for you to be or divinely meant to go. Okay, so, and it's also saying too that protect yourself too, because it could be someone around you this week with hidden agendas. Okay, so for the faded oracles, I have spring new beginnings. So this right here is telling me in terms of timing, it can happen in the spring. And we are in the spring. And I did mention that we are in the spring equinox. So new beginnings. And when you're starting something new, what do? You write down your goals, or when we start thinking about what are our next plans after we completed a task. So this is saying that they want you to start now during the spring. So that would be from the middle of March to the middle of June, which is spring. Okay. They're also saying that there could be some blocks and obstacles. Yes, they are, but it sounds like these block and obstacles that are in your life are internal. Okay. So they really want you to watch that, because internally, your thoughts that you have for yourself, they may not be the most healthiest, right? It's like you self sabotaging yourself because you don't see what you're capable of doing. And guess what, Pile One? You're capable of doing everything that your heart desires. They are also saying for this week, they want you to change your perspective. And I'm seeing that theme with what we've been talking about is change your perspective. So things, ideologies, contracts, belief systems that you may have had about yourself, about life, about others, anything that is preventing you for being your highest version, they want you to change that, because guess what? That's not you anymore. It's not. And as they say, you have to release some things in order to allow new things to come into your life. So the universe is asking you or challenging you to change the way you see things so that new experiences and new opportunities can come your way. Okay. In terms of the mystery love, we have social media. So you could be dating someone or have people from your job. I'm getting a job. But it can also be family, friends. We got haters, but we would love the haters too, because haters help us to keep us on our toes so we can be, I think, our best version. Because if you don't have haters, then you have people who claim to be your friend, but they just be in your inside circle to kind of what monitor and see what you're doing, right? So we gotta have the haters. We love the haters, but you definitely got somebody that's sneak dissing, looking at you, monitoring you, seeing your activity. You may have someone that wants to come in and give you a higher level of commitment. This card says proposal, but not everyone is on that timeline where they're with someone who wants to get married. However, there may be a small portion or fraction of you all that may be getting proposed this week or this springtime, but definitely you could be meeting someone and maybe they look at you and they know that you're the one and they really want to take it to another level, right? They want to be exclusive. Saying to me that you may have a spiritual awakening, right? As you're doing a review and contemplation, you might be getting a little bit more in sync in terms of like having a better understanding of what and who and what you represent. So you having a spiritual awakening in terms of having like you and the creator, you and the oneness, the God of your understanding, but just knowing, having like really knowing what who you are. Because I think some people don't know, they know what people tell them they are, but not on a spiritual basis. And that's like ground one, right? One with the source, one with yourself. This is also telling me that you're seeking peace this week, right? So a peace of that surpasses all understanding, like a peace within yourself, which makes sense if you're on a spiritual healing journey. You having a realization that peace is important in your life. You can have so many things in the world, but if you don't have peace within yourself, if you don't have it within yourself, you can't have it outside of yourself, right? So this is something that you're going to be more drawn to this week as we embark on, being our better and highest version of ourselves. You also may have someone that may want to come back and spin the block. Maybe they feel like y'all have unfinished business and they may make it known like, yo, hey, I want to see where this can go. My only advice to you, cousin, is just to be careful because just make sure the intentions are good. Because looking at this card, this is unresolved like passion. This is like nobody else can do it like you do it, right? So you just want to make sure they coming back because it's genuine. Because we did have a proposal and a commitment, but it also show on the other side that you're having a spiritual realization, right? And you might be wanting peace in your life. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but you got to ask yourself if this little honey dip, if he or she comes back, is it genuine? Is it just lustful? Is it raw energy? Or is it someone that you can see a future with, right? Your cousin here ain't trying to get in your business. I'm just helping you to have a better understanding of what may come this week, right? And it says that whatever you do, it might be influenced by friends. Another thought I had too is, friends are like family. So it's saying that you can be getting together with friends, and sometimes if you're not if you don't have a therapist, friends, real good friends can be very therapeutic because they know you, right? If you are able to say, Lena, this is my friend. I would like to think that, they have really proven that they are a true friend. But if they really are, they can give you advice and they can help you see situations from a different perspective, right? Ways that you, even if you don't act on it, because you should always allow your guidance to dictate your life, not someone else's. But it's nice to get the advice of people that you trust, like good friends who are like family. Okay. So let's see what's the T. Baby girl, baby boy, you got a lot. So you got somebody who they say that is coming back around who ain't sugar honey ice of the tea, right? Take the first letter, and that's what I'm saying. Um, and they're saying somebody want a closer look, a snoop. They want to just be all in your business. You know how you have those monitoring spirits. Not saying that this connects with the other card, but it could. But take it as it applies, right? This is saying that you may have people, because I did have that came up for you, social media influences, right? And I did say haters, and that's not something I usually say, but you may have some people that's just coming around just to see what you're doing, to see if you're living better than them, to see if how you doing, is it good, is it bad, or indifferent, because we do have people that unfortunately they like to, I don't want to say prey on our demise, but this is what this is saying. Just be careful. These people that are want to coming back and just see how you're doing, their intentions may not be genuine, right? Okay. They just want to be all in your business. But this is saying to me that, cousin, you win it. You doing a review, contemplating. I don't know. You could be an Aries because we are in Aries season. You could be an Aries. And this is saying to me, I'm just thinking you could be an Aries only because I see the springtime card. You could be an Aries, you could be a Taurus, and you could be a Gemini, right? But this is also saying to me that you're too busy winning. You don't have time to be looking at what other people is concentrating about or thinking about in your life. You doing you, and that's what I'll say. What did I say? You may have some people who coming back, and this is like a theme I'm seeing. That's a happiness hater. Some people don't. They call these people monitoring spirits. So remember, the first card that came out, it's like you got some people who was in your environment that is not of your highest good. They shady, right? They shady, but they're dishonest and they have a hidden agenda. So they checking you out. They social media flexing on you. I don't want to say flexing, but following you on social media just to see what you're doing, what you're not doing, and or prying on your demise. But I'm just asking and saying to you as your cousin, because Spirit is giving me the message, just to be socially aware that all the things and the people, and it could be family included, don't want to bust your bubble, but I want you to be aware that there are these people that come into your life this week. You're going to see who real and who's not. Okay. Okay. If you're trying to find out who they are, they could be an artist, they could be a tattoo artist, they could be very creative, they could be online, they can make music, but definitely into the arts, right? Whoever's trying to come back, because remember we said that somebody said it's not over, y'all got unfinished business. This is somebody who got a dirty offer, meaning that they have a hidden agenda. They want to one up on you. This is someone who really is dishonest. Their offer is not genuine, right? So again, it could be friends and it could be lovers, it could be family, right? But anyone, I don't want you to deliberately to go out and start tagging people like, oh, you fake, you can't be in my life. No, I don't want you to do that at all. I just want, excuse me, I just want you to have an awareness so you can see the people who was not right in your life. um, and I thought of this and I didn't see this card, but this made me think of something. If you do have an ex that's coming back, they could be coming back because you're looking good. You didn't maybe change the way you look and how you representing yourself online. And they could only be coming back because they don't want you with anyone else, right? So that's why all of a sudden they got unfinished business. And it also coincides with this dirty offer, right? Because they don't want to see you, cousin, with somebody else who can probably treat you right, right? Because what I say, you got somebody, cousin, that's a happiness hater. Listen, I did not pick out these cards. I just meditate and I just ask Spirit to show me what does this pile need. And this is telling me what all I need to know. So for this week, you're gonna see somebody that want to come back and spin the block. It could be a friend, it could be somebody that you dated who says that you all have unfinished business, right? But just know this person is, they are looking at you on social media, and this person ain't right, cousin. They are not right. This is a shady, grady person, okay? And they just coming back because social media is only showing them one side, but they want to get up close and personal and see what it is and what it ain't. And what I'm saying to you is you're on a spiritual awakening. You're having a realization about yourself, right? And maybe how you used to be when you were dating them, you're not no more. Remember, we was talking about review and contemplation, letting go of things that no longer serve you. And I also said that if anything that is not giving you that equal return, you need to let it go, right? It was something else I was going to say about this unfinished business. Maybe it'll come to me. Sometimes I'll be talking too much. And I be forgetting my thought. It's also saying that you may have a cyber bully, right? They in the background like sneak dissing, right? What I mean by that, you they're sending you messages. Maybe they're under a different profile name, trying to gather information about you. But or they can have like a group of other people stalking you, sending you harassing messages because they just a hater, right? Okay. And this is telling me, should you could be moving on, right? You probably came to the realization, and if not this week, you might be moving physically, and or you could be moving on. You could be releasing things that is not of your highest good and frequency. And I salute you if that is what it is, right? Let me throw down a couple of cards from tarot, and we're just gonna go from there. But I think that's some good insight. Hopefully, you got something out of that. Okay, okay. All right, let me see. Where are my. Okay, my guys. All right, for Power One Spirit, what is it that they need to work on? What do they need to be aware of for this next 7 days? For Power One, what is it that they need to be aware of? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. On the energy of our highest light and frequency. What is it that we need to know? What is it that we need to know? What is it that we need to know? Okay. All right. Let me make sure because I'll be doing the most. This goes this way. So this Ten of Swords is letting me know you're going to have an ending, possibly with a relationship, right? Somebody that there could be an ending with someone that you had like a deep partnership, a deep connection with. Okay. Eight of Cups, moving on. That's just reaffirming that. The spot, Three of Swords, and the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck of Four of Wands, right? So somebody that you saw like joy, a commitment, could be a move to or home, right? Okay. So what I'm seeing here with this Ten of Swords is that with this Ten of Swords and this Two of Cups, right? So this coming week, there could be an ending when it comes to somebody that you were dating. It could be somebody that you had a partnership with. You two could have been different. Um, it could be ethnicity, right? They can also be somebody that is younger than you all because there are some differences with these two. It looked like there was love there, but sometimes we go into situations with the best intent and purposes of making it last forever. But for whatever reason, with things with life, it just don't work out that way, right? This is a person that is a Page of Pentacles, possibly. They could have just gave you like a small offer, right? Maybe you wanted more, or maybe the other person wanted more. But this is just telling me whoever this was, they possibly gave you a small offer. In addition with that, I also see that with this Page of Pentacle, you could be learning a new skill, right? It could be a side hustle. It may start off small, but as you practice and engage or put more time into it, it will increasingly go, right? With the Eight of Wands, because the Page of Pentacles and this Eight of Wands up underneath it, I'm seeing that if you stick with this whatever this venture is, whatever this opportunity or this skill set for your future, which goes in sync with the cards that, hold on, let me look at it, because you had a card for Seven of Action and Healer of Abundance. Whatever this Page of Pentacles, this new skill set is something that is divinely, it's like it's part of your purpose in life. Okay. So this Eight of Wands is saying that you got some good news coming in. You have some communication coming in. You could be moving only because I got this Eight of Wands and this Four of Wands. And Four of Wands to me represents joy. It also represents a home too, right? Okay. So what else? So you might receive good news this weekend or this next 7 days. I don't know why I said this weekend. It could come in as early as this weekend, but definitely some good news that's coming in. It could have something to do with a job, a skill set, ways of making money that's coming in. Now, with this Two of Cups, it's a possibility that there was a heartbreak, but you're no longer heartbroken about this relationship. It's like you came and had an understanding about this Two of Cups. You're like, okay, yeah, this was somebody that I wanted to be with. With this Ten of Cups, you're like, okay, I realize that it's over. This person could never give me exactly what it is that I want. It's a lot of burdens that come with this. And this is letting me know that you are releasing that heartache, that heartbreak, and you are moving on, right? This Eight of Cups with this Ten of Swords at the bottom is letting me know that you are walking away. This was something that you had some type of fulfillment for, that you probably thought it had the potential to go somewhere. But this week, it's like you've come into the realization that it's not going anywhere. And it's all, and when I see this Three of Swords in reverse, I want to make sure, 'cause sometimes I be making up stuff, cousin. This is letting me know that you're good, like you're healing, and you've come to the understand to say, okay, fam, I see what it is, and I see what it's not, spirit, and I'm all right with it. Okay, let me just do a couple of clarifiers right quick. I'm just gonna put it right on top. Okay, this Ten of Swords, spirit, for the Ten of Swords and Eight of Cups. What do Power One need to know? I just gotta do that. My body, my spirit is telling me to do that. Don't judge me. All right. One more time. All right. Why is this Ten of Swords and Eight of Cups here? But this is definitely, I don't see any major arcana, but this is definitely somebody that has you in your head. And it seemed like it was hard for you to come up with this ending because it looked like you really had like a deep partnership with this person. But I see a lot of sorrow. But at the end of the week, I see a lot of good like money, like information about money, good communication coming in, like good news is coming in, like you traveling. I see like the union, the creativity, the Eight of Wands. Like I see good things coming for you. So for the Ten of Swords, so this is saying that this is the Empress, right? This could be a Taurus or a Libra. Some people call it an Aries too. But this is saying that you are ending something, you walking away from something only for you to start birthing something new, right? You would be birthing something new. And I can see that with this Page of Pentacles, right? Although it's going to start off something small, it's going to grow and grow into something big. You know, like with a pregnancy, the seed is small, but it eventually grows, right, into a human form. So that is telling me that you got that coming, right? So yeah, you may have to step back. It could be something online, but the Six of Wands right here, this is telling me that you may step back, but that's all right. You know, maybe not be at the center of attention right now, but that's all right. And with this Nine of Cups, maybe you wanted something more in terms of a relationship, right? Okay. Wait, Nine of Cups. Yeah. No, sorry. Hold on. Okay, just so I can get a little bit more clarity. So this Six of Wands in reverse is just letting me know that there could be a temporary setback, right? And it could be because maybe you really thought something was going to come out of this, right? But that's all right. This is just temporary. So any delays with that put you off course with this relationship is going to be all right. And this Nine of Cups is letting me know. Yeah. So this Nine of Cups in reverse is just letting me know that you walked away because it was some unmet desires. I'm also getting, because this was the Empress, this could have been somebody that you had a relation, like a family with, right? And maybe that is another reason why it was hard for you to walk away. Okay? All right, let's get it. So why is this Two of Cups and Three of Swords here, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. Because it could be somebody wanted control, right? Somebody wanted to control the situation. Maybe they didn't want you to know that there was somebody else on the side, right? And with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, sometimes, let me flip it over. Okay. Only because I did it like that. So this person it could have been a lot of procrastination. Like maybe you wanted something, you're wanting to have something a little bit more definitive or a little bit more committed. And this person was already moving slow and really wasn't trying to give you what you were wanting. Right. So it's like you made a wish upon a star, or there was some divine intervention so that you can separate and go your own way. Okay. So that is what you're going to be dealing with this week. Page of Pentacles, spirits. Why is this Page of Pentacles and Eight of Wands? Just a card for clarification, spirit. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we got the Three of Swords again. That is just letting me know, reaffirming that you walked away because you were heartbroken, right? And it could have been with a King of Cups, right? Somebody that you had strong emotional fulfillment with. Somebody who could have been at a distance, because I see that little ship in the back, right? But this is definitely letting me know that you had gotten some enlightenment, right? Because are on this quest of a spiritual awakening and a self-realization. And as you were getting in touch and becoming more spiritually in tune, and illuminated, it gave you the strength and the courage to move on with a job, to move on with a career, to move on to like that Eight of Wands to give you fast communication. And maybe it sounds like it just happened kind of quick. It just happened very unexpected, right? With this could be a King of Wands, somebody who, is an entrepreneur. They know what they want, and they could have been, I don't want to say my way or the highway, but when I think of the Leo, the lion, because they could be a Leo, this is just letting me know, like, they king of the jungle and what they say goes, and they don't want to be questioned. So what's the advice for this pile? Three cards, Spirit. What is the advice going for pile one for this week? What is their advice? I got one. Two more, please, Spirit. Thank you. One more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we got the Magician, but he is in reverse. So it's like that to me is telling me that you have manifestations, but you don't believe in your manifestations, right? Or you're not manifesting, you're not listening to your intuition. The first card that came out is the Wheel, right? This right here is letting me know that you understand that whatever you were supposed to learn, you've learned, and it's all right for you to move on. This could have been a Three of Cups. It could have been somebody that had you in a third party situation. This was letting me know that this relationship could have been unrequited. Like I'm seeing like the Lovers, the Two of Cups. That's strong, strong love, right? But it was definitely somebody that had you addictive or like a lot of passion, right? So it's letting me know that this person that had put you in a third party, that possibly unrequited, one of you, possibly you, was doing more than the other, and this person just had you like at their will. Whatever they said you did. This is letting me know, this is confirming that sugar bear, baby girl, baby boy, you learned your lesson, and the universe is helping you to usher in and move and go into a new direction. Okay, that's what I have for you, my sugar bears and sugar girlfriends. So for pile one, hopefully you got something out of it. It's definitely letting me know that you are on your way for the springtime and for this week for sure. But definitely it will start off this week with you having some self-realization and moving on to be the better version of yourself. And it sounds like you might be leaving some people behind. Love you. Please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Thank you, my dears. Welcome back. If you are Pal 2 and you picked this beautiful stone, this is the black tourmaline. This is a good stone for protection and grounding and emotional healing, okay? So let's see what it has in store for you, Pal 2, okay? So the first card out, it says midpoint. This is letting me you have moved from the learning phase to competency and now advancing towards mastery. So you are passing tests, you might get a promotion, you might get a raise, but it's definitely seeing you rising from wherever you was before to another phase. You could be graduating. We are in that phase of people graduating. So you could be graduating, passing boards. So good stuff. So you at the midpoint, right? And we are what I think is it spring break still? Don't quote me on that. Okay. So for the messenger cards, we have for spiritual meaning, messenger of abundance. This is saying wonderful news regarding your career, a new job, a promotion, or acceptance into an excellent school comes into your life. You might feel ready to do something that's challenging and fulfilling. This situation may involve someone who's fun to be around and sometimes mischievous. This person, who may be you, is youthful, optimistic, and very clever. So, this goes again in sync with this midpoint. So, maybe you are at that point where you are applying for colleges, graduate programs, maybe in the military. I don't know, whatever it is for you, but this is saying that you are on your way to go to the next level to advance your career, like graduating from, from school to another level of it, okay? This is healer of emotions. This is time to follow your heart and feel the fullness of your emotions. You may feel so compelled to nurture others that you forget to take care of yourself. Flashes of intuition provide you with incredible insights. You or another person is a kind, tender-hearted, loving, and trustworthy friend. So this is telling you that you could be a person that is in the healing arts, right? So you may help other people. You could be a nurse, you could be a doctor, a chiropractor, a Reiki healer, you could be a social worker, anything where you are self sacrificing yourself for others. This could be you, right? Especially this is going on in line with career, because this is what the energy I'm seeing, that for this one, like I said, you could be a nurse, a dentist, dental hygienist, anything in the healing arts. This is what I'm seeing. And then it has helper of emotion. So this is saying that romance blooms and you find yourself falling in love. Gifts of flowers, love letters, and poems read aloud are all in your future. Marriage proposals, weddings, and past life connections are possible. Someone new who is romantic, dreamy, and emotionally may enter your life. This person could either be an artist who's an idealistic about love. Okay, so they could be a water sign. When I think of an artist, I think of a water sign, and it seems to me like you are a healer of the arts, and they are expressing the way they love through the arts, right? A healer and someone who is artistic. But although y'all are different, it just seemed like y'all lives perfectly blend together. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay. So, wisdom of the oracle, a leg up. So, I'm going to read this because although I have the wisdom of the oracle, I don't really know what all the definitions mean. But intuitively, if I had to say, this is letting me know that someone or something, or you're going to be on the right path this week where someone is going to come and help you and give you some assistance, almost like a leg up. It could be somebody you know. It can just be you being at the right place at the right time and someone just helping you. Heck, it could even be you at Starbucks and somebody is just paying it forward and you benefited from it, right? But this is letting me know that there could be something that you wasn't expecting to come out of the blue to help you out. Maybe somebody, you might get an extra check in the mail, or you may get something that you wasn't expecting, and it helps you in a like in another situation. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Let me look that up though, because again, like I said, I'm not all that fluent with it, and I won't go all in depth with it, but enough for you to get an understanding of this leg up. Right, it's saying receiving help, delegating authority, and interdependence. Right, so that's what it says. It says life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with, who can give you a leg up during the next phase of your journey. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting. And then peace. So this week, maybe you're coming down. So if you were like studying for spring break, applying for school, or just had a whole lot of things going on in your life all at once, this is letting me know this time this week is going to be more peaceful. Right, they have the bird, and we are in the Holy Week too. So if you are a Christian and believe with that, then this is a week for peace, peace on earth, peace, like to love your mankind, which we should do not just for the Holy Week, but you should do a period, right? To be a good soldier and a steward in this world. But this is saying that you really are tapped in to like peace. You could be meditating, you could be, journaling, you could be reading books, anything that give you peace. You could be jogging, exercising, doing your yoga, anything that brings you down, right? Or to keep you grounded. That's what you are embarking on this week. Again, I'm not that familiar with the wisdom of the oracle, and intuitively, those are the things that I came up with. But let's see what the book says. And I won't go all in detail. Right. It says freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. And it just says that, basically quieting your mind, our heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. So everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. And this is something else I'm going to add to it. On the We can have peace on our outer level when we have peace within. So that's what this is telling me this week. You're having peace within, like you are at a good place and you're good with yourself, right? And if you're good with yourself, then you go around others. So that's what I got. Okay. So for my fates card, you got a new arrival. Now this could be a baby. You can also have, or if it's not you being pregnant or getting ready for a baby to come, this is definitely just letting me know you got some changes that's coming. That's going to include in an addition to your family. It could be maybe if you have older children getting married, and you getting a daughter-in-law, a son-in-law, maybe a grandbaby that's coming. But this is definitely letting me know that you got some new arrivals that are coming. It can also, I don't know why I'm getting a move, but it could be a move like going to a new city, a new town, a new state, right? But a new arrival, something new is coming in your life, and it's like you're preparing for it. It's also saying that this is a timing card. Power One also got a timing card. So it says full moon, end of a cycle, revelation. So if you don't know, you will know by the next full moon. We just had a full moon on Saturday. It was the Librian moon, which represents partnership, right? So this is like, and it was a pink moon. This isn't pink, this is red. This reminds me of kind of like a Sagittarius moon. But this is letting me know that you have, if you don't know, or whatever changes that are coming, it could be even applying for new jobs, moving, buying a home, putting a bid on the home. By the next full moon cycle, you will know if you got it or not, right? But this is also saying that if you're not already doing this, but I think that you are with the peace card and with the healer, I think you got a healer of emotion. This is saying that this week you're going to be practicing more self care, right? It could be spring break for you all. You could be on vacation with the kids. Hell, you could just be on vacation for yourself. Or you could be taking time off from work just for, what do I call them? Oh, I can't think of it. Where you just take a day off just so for you can rest your mind, right? So you could be taking like a self-care day just so that you can like deal with the rest of the week and deal with people, right? So I just want you to be cognizant of that because I'm hearing a lot of healing energy around you. That's the thing. Okay. No, I did not like pluck these cards out. I asked the divine to give me a message for each pile. So, in terms of cards that came out for the Mystic Love, this is saying that you are on a whole inner growth. You could be 30 years old, or you could be 30, 35, 25, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, like a milestone age. But whatever age you are, you're having like an awakening, right? It's like an inner growth. And you know what? I'll say this. It doesn't necessarily have to be an age that make you have this inner growth. It can just be experiences, like life experiences. And the things that you just underwent just helped you to grow and look at life differently. You may have an unexpected call. So if you were anticipating and wanting a call from someone you haven't heard from, it sounds like, looks like that they may be calling you. You will definitely get some type of communication. It doesn't necessarily have to be a call. It could be a DM, meaning a direct message. It could be somebody sending you a text. It could be a correspondence in the mail. Whatever or whomever you're wanting to talk to, you're going to get correspondence from them this week. Okay. Also, let me interject and say that everybody is on a different timeline. So this could have already happened. I could be late, or it could be projected to come. This also let me know, cousin, like you blissfully happy. And I feel it. That's why you've done your healing. And this is letting me know you just feel good. You feel good about your life. You feel good in a position of where you are right now, where some people may not be feeling good and didn't make the right plans in the past, but it looks like you did. And again, this is another confirmation that if you are wanting communication from someone, this person, he, she, them, whomever, whatever pronoun, it could also be from an employer. Like if you are applying for some type of program, you're going to get communication. Doesn't necessarily mean from a text, but you're going to get some type of correspondence letting you know what like they're missing you or what your status is. You're going to know it. Okay, that's what I'm getting. You're going to get like, or I gotta rewind it. It's also telling me somebody maybe they were reluctant to reach out to you, but this is saying that they're writing a text message and not sending it, but you're going to hear from them, okay? And that's if you are in a relationship with somebody. Unsent messages, right? Text message, you're going to hear from them. Maybe before they were all in their head, but they're going to get out of their head and you're going to get it. You're going to hear from them, okay? I was just reading the cards as they were stacked, okay? So don't read more into that. But the final outcome is you're going to get communication. So with the T, let's see. Now this is for the week, right? So we got they don't have no facts. So you got somebody that's coming around with a little drama, but it sounds like you healed, cousin, right? But whatever is coming your way, it sounds like you're ready and you're prepared. You can deal with it. But somebody act like they got receipts and they don't have none. They do not have no facts. And this is somebody who is like a habitual liar. They just lie all the time. In order for you to know who this person is, this is somebody who could be behind on their bills. This can also be you. But I got it is if you need to know who is this person, this is somebody who is behind on their bills. Um, they could be intimidating, right? I hope not, because this right here just changed the energy. But I want you to be aware of what's to come this week, right? So if you are behind on your bills, you could be getting communication from creditors for you to pay. Impersonator, you got somebody around you that could be following you online that wants to be you. They impersonate you, right? Or this could be somebody who's just an impersonator. They really don't know who they are. And this could be a person, as they say, who morphs into whoever they're dating or whoever they want to be, whoever that person they're dating wants them to be. And hopefully this isn't you. But in order for you to know who is what to expect this week, you got somebody who is an impersonator that really emulates you, and they really try to take and match your mannerism, right? This is somebody that likes to start drama, very low energy person, and they take screenshots. If not, they're asking you to do screenshots. If this is somebody who sneak diss, they say one thing, but you got the facts, you got the receipts because you taking the screenshots. So this is like a forewarning of that. Let me pull a little card so we can get a little tea, right? Okay. All right. So for pile two, Spirit, what do they need to know for this week coming up for the Black Tourmaline? Sorry. That was the King of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. That was the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. All right. They just want to come out, and this is strength. Okay. This is for Black Tourmaline. Power 2, Spirit. What do they need to know? We're asking for guidance and clarity and insight of our highest frequency in life. We rebuke anything that is not of your essence. Thank you. Okay, this is the energy for the week for Power 2. Ace of Wands. So career, new beginnings, travel. I'm seeing that. That kind of goes in line with the cards, right? All right. So this is, wait. I gotta, okay. All right. So this is the Creator. I don't know what this is. This must be an extra card. I never seen this. So I'm gonna pull this out. Okay. I'm sorry. I think that's just like an extra card, and I had it at the bottom and I added it. Okay. All right. This is for pile 2. Thank you, Spirit. All right. I said one more. All right. I'm going to shuffle it one more time. Okay, I'm going to cut it one more time. All right. What we got for pile 2? So Queen of Wands. So you got some people that could be in your energy that is sneaky, right? Let me make sure, because sometimes I'll be having these upside down. You got somebody who's in your energy who could be a little loud. She could be an earth sign. A fire sign, very fiery. Um, very outspoken, but not to be trusted. And she could be a little loosey goosey. Okay. All right. So let's see. 3 of Cups. So you got some abundance. I see a King of Pentacles, hanging out with some friends, like you getting out there, you celebrating. 6 of Swords, like you moving on. 7 of Swords. You got somebody that cannot be trusted. Queen of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Okay. All right. So this is just letting me know with this 3 of Cups, 7 of Swords. You got some friends that you hang out with, that you like chilling with. You like hanging out, kicking it with them. Some of these people in your friend group may not be somebody you can trust. Okay. And it can also be family and friends. It's also letting me know with this King of Pentacles, this is somebody who is an entrepreneur. They're good with their money. This is somebody that could be coming, but they are very intuitive. I'm just looking at this card. They're very intuitive, and you see that eye, that protective, like they're a very protective person. I don't know, something is telling me like they can be intuitive, but they are someone who could be generous, but that's only if they love you, right? If they like you a lot. I'm also seeing like they are divinely guided into your life only because I see this star, like they a wish. Like maybe you manifested this person into your life. Like you manifested them in your life, and this person could be coming in. You could be the Queen of Swords. You know, you could be on defense, maybe not ready for them, but they match your energy. He's a king, you a queen, but the only thing is you're very strong, you're very ambitious. He can be an entrepreneur, and you can flip it how the energy fits with your life, but you could be really like kind of like with some clear boundaries, right? You could be kind of like on pause with them. And the only thing I would say is, but let me pull cards before I make my own assumptions about you in this energy here. But definitely is saying that you are a very ambitious person, and Spirit is saying that they want you to go forth and do your stand in your truth. Whatever your truth is for you, stand in your truth. Be careful. You may have somebody around you that's being dishonest with you, who could be a thief. They could be a Queen of Swords. I don't know. I'm just saying. But it could be family and friends too, right? With this Two of Swords, this is saying that you're moving on from something, and it might be hard for you to make a decision, but they're telling you that they want you to, intuitively close your eyes and make a choice, like make a decision. I don't want to say close your eyes. No, I do not mean that. What I'm saying is to meditate so that you can get knowledge from like prayer, inner guidance, and or by speaking to family. Now, this Queen of Wands here, and we got the King of Swords, right? This is definitely letting me know that this King of Swords, this is a man that is in high power, and this Queen of Wands. Just be careful because you could have somebody that got ill will. When I think of a Queen of Wands, she could be a very destructive woman in all sorts, right? So if she's normally beautiful, sought after, young, but in the reverse, she could be like dark energy, and not wish you well. Okay. But it's definitely an ending coming to something, right? I just want you to be cognizant of that. All right. So, Spirit, let me know. Can you clarify this Three of Cups and this Seven of Swords for the week for a pile too? Why is this Three of Cups and Seven of Swords here for a pile too? Thank you. All right, you got a Page of Cups. So you could have somebody that want to come around and they want to apologize, right? And maybe you thought, oh, this person won't do that, right? Because this person is like in love with you. And they're like, yeah, when pigs fly, well, pigs must be flying. Queen of Cups, that's let me know this is somebody that you had some emotional connection with, like you really, really love them. It could be family too, right? It could be family. It doesn't, but this is somebody that had you in the Nine of Swords headspace. But it's like this person is a liar, they're sneaky, they're a thief. With this King of Pentacles and Queen of Swords, why is this King of Pentacles and Queen of Swords here? Man, this card looked like it wanted to come out the energy. It's saying something is going to be just, something is going to be fair, right? So it's going to happen the way it was meant to happen. So if this is somebody that's coming into your life, like this person is not holding back with the Seven of Swords, right? Well, they could be. So this is letting me know there was somebody who in your energy who had a change of mind with this Seven of Swords in reverse. So if they wanted to do something deceptive, because I got Seven of Swords out here twice. So maybe somebody who was like a liar, thief in your life, they're having a change of mind, but justice came in. Like karma was like, you know what? Whatever this person is doing, it's not unnoticed. And that they will have to pay for what they did, right? And the Hierophant, right? So the Hierophant is here. This person was thinking about what they were doing, like, whoa. Because remember, I saw this Queen of Wands. So it could be a female that was doing this to you in your life. Somebody you probably saw like in high regards, a woman. But this person is somebody in your life that cannot be trusted. Okay. This Hierophant here is like maybe this person had like a high um Maybe you thought of them in high regards. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. You thought of them in high regards, right? But it's like you are enlightened what they were doing. So they thought they was getting away with being sneaky, but it's like you were enlightened, and maybe you got a vision what these people were doing, right? And I said people because at the bottom of the deck it's a 5 of wands, so it's telling me that there was some competition, there was some conflict, right? And it came from a group of people, so it doesn't seem like it's just one person. But this is what you're going to notice this week. The 6 of swords and 2 of swords, a lot of mental energy. But moving on, spirit, why is the 6 of swords and 2 of swords here for pile number 2? Thank you. We got the 6 of pentacles. Okay, so this is letting me know that you're moving on because you want an equal give and take, right? And maybe there wasn't. And if it has something to do with a job, a decision, you're going to make a decision that is based on a even, that is where whatever you put out, you're getting back, right? You're not getting anything that is a void. And because whatever it was, it had you on defense, right? And it's like your stick, like all these other sticks are little, but you got this one stick and it's a tall stick, right? It's like you're ready. It's like you learn from your mistakes and you're like, okay, a little stick ain't gonna do. I need some protection. But you're firing. It's like you haven't lost, although you're moving on, although you're moving on and you had to be in your head about it, and it was very hard for you to make this choice, but it's like in the end, you want something that is going to be an equal give and take. And it's like you're ready. You're like, okay, I know that this chapter is over, but I am ready. And even though she got her little tattered shirt on, her little short shorts, it's like you're ready. It's like you're born ready and you're ready for the challenge, right? So we got the 6 of swords being clarified by the 6 of swords. My only caution to you, Shug, is do not look back. And it's like maybe that's why you in two heads about it, because the 6 of swords in reverse is letting me know you're looking back. You need to go on because you had to give up so much, but you might be afraid to move on because you're thinking about what you're going to have to leave behind. Okay. Yeah, and that's just a lot of burdens. So you stand is creating a lot of burdens for you, my dear. Can I get advice for Pile 2 Spirit? 3 cards for advice. 3 cards for advice. Thank you. 2 more, please, Spirit. 1 more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, we got 6 of cups. Okay, let's see how that connects. Okay. So we got the Hermit. Was the Hermit here or the Hierophant? Okay. So this Hermit, this is letting me know they really want you to kind of like go within. And I think that's why we saw so much healing energy around you, because you have been through so much. And Spirit is saying that they want you to go within. They want you to meditate. They want you to be grounded like this black tourmaline and be protected, right? They want you to be strong. Like this King of Pentacles, you could be older. This King of Pentacles is somebody that is mature. They didn't learn from their lessons in order for them to be safe and secure with their future. We got the Queen of Swords again, but this Queen of Swords could have been in reverse, right? They want you to watch what you say. Don't be so quick to like cut a person off. You will get communication this weekend because I see this little bird, but it's in reverse, right? You might get communication, and depending on what it comes in, they want you to be cool. They don't want you to be emotional, right? That's why they want you to meditate so that when you speak, you don't come from a place of anger and hurt, but a place of objectivity in order for you to be able to, like, I'm seeing all this blue. This blue is calmness. They just want you to be calm when you get some communication. That's why it's imperative that you get off the grid this week a little bit, okay? All right. And then it could be somebody from your past that's coming in with some fast communication, okay? All right. I hope that helped you, my dear. This is for pile number 2. If you are new here, welcome. I sincerely appreciate you coming to spend your little time with me. And I don't mean little as really literal. I just mean like I'm just so humble that you decided to share your time with me. Okay. With that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it resonates. Even if you have to come back, I'm cool with that. Until the next time, peace. What's happening, pile 3? This is your cousin Lena. So if you pick pile 3, this is a prophecy stone. It's good for guidance for your future, to give you insight, to give you a little clarity, to help you with your third eye. Okay. So let's see what they have in store for you. So this is what to expect this week. What's coming your way? Oh, they say you got some pleasure principle. I make me think of Janet Jackson, right? You could be a Taurus like Janet Jackson. But this is saying to me, infuse desire and passion into your life and be the master of your own desire. So it could be a lot of passion this week for you. Sexuality, just being more, just more self aware of your own sexual needs and desires, right? So that's what I'm getting for that. Also, for the Guardian cards, so this is your spiritual messages. It is 9 of abundance. 9 of abundance. And this says, life is wonderful. Your hard work and dedication to your dreams will provide you with great peace and contentment. Take time to enjoy quiet moments of reflection and leisure. Feel free to buy yourself small, luxurious gifts. You earn the financial security and independence you now enjoy. I like that. So going after your own desires, cousin. I love that. It says 8 of abundance. So you got a lot of abundance here, Suge. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Time is a time of learning and honing your skills. You may feel inspired to go back to school, take seminars on topics that fascinate you, or educate yourself on the healing arts. This is a good time to change jobs or make a career move. The key to success is in the details. Monitor your projects carefully. Okay, so some of you all may be thinking about changing careers, and this is saying that this will be a good time for you. We are in the spring equinox, so I could see a lot of people doing things that are different from what they were doing maybe a year ago. 4 of abundance. It's time to reflect upon your relationship with money. Are you spending it too freely or are you holding on to it too tightly? This can also relate to how you give of yourself to others. Is your heart open or are you holding back? Your hard work and wise investments will bring great success. So I guess you need to ask yourself, how is your energy? How do you present yourself? Are you open or are you closed off? Because if you're closed off, you're not allowing people to come in to give to you freely, right? Because you do have desires, sexuality, and passion with life, passion with yourself, and passion with others. And I guess you just need to ask yourself, like, where do you sit in that continuum, right? So, but definitely, I don't see anything bad. If there was anything that I had to critique, I guess I would say to you, just if you are overly spending, you may want to tune it down a little bit and just really only buy essentials. If you have subscriptions to services that you're not using, you might want to, if you don't want to terminate them altogether, and or consider pausing those services until things are different. In terms of love, maybe healing your heart. Um, possibly doing some chakra meditation, listening to some binaural beats, meditating, right? Journaling, just to open up your heart and or to see where some of these deficits that could be in your life and or heart. Okay? All right. So we have wisdom of the oracle, and this is regeneration. Now, again, disclaimer, like I said on the other ones, I am not that familiar with regeneration, but intuitively, if I had to say for regeneration, this is letting me know something that maybe wasn't growing, that has the energy or some form of life. Like all of the life form is not out of it, right? It's like something inside of it is like, I refuse to go down. And it is regenerated, right? It still has hope. It still has purpose, right? 6 and a 4 is 10, and 10 breaks down to 1, right? So it's like, it's not over. It's not over. And it's ready to start a new beginning. And when I think of the tarot, I think of manifestation, like remanifesting a new form, right? It's not over and it refuses to go under. So let's look at regeneration. I won't read it all, but enough to give you a gist of what initially, what it means, right? It's a rebirth. It is second chances, new opportunities, right? So you, my dear, have an opportunity like this little tree that it refuses to die. It got a little stem, a little root, and that's all it needs, right? That's all it needs. That's all it needs. This is the Holy Week, and Christ resurrected, so it could be like a resurrection in your life. Maybe people thought you were down for the count, but guess what? You're like, this is not my destiny. I got more land and life to cover. Okay. I like that for you. The fates. So this is an 8, right? 8 to me is infinity. It goes on and on and on and on. My life keeps moving like a rolling stone. That's Erica Badu for those that don't know. But what that signifies to me is that you're going on and on like infinity, right? When you look at an 8 and you put it on the side, it's infinity. Infinity is on and on and on. And this is letting me know with the face that this is destined. You are destined to be here at this very moment, this very second. Believe that. Okay. So, whatever you are doing, whatever you are considering, the angels, your spirit guide, your spirit team, God, your higher power, your source, your ancestors got your back. You see these angelic wings, and she feels like she is just being comforted. Like you can't see them, and they're so iridescent, or she's an angel on earth. But nevertheless, this is fated for this moment in time. Okay. Yeah. So let me read that right quick. That is 17. This is says fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change and knowing what those things are. So if you are in your life and you feel like, Lena, this is just too much, just know what I want you to know is I want you to do like if you were at work and you got a lot of assignments to do all at once. I only want you to deal with what's priority, right? So if it is not high on the priority list that needs immediate attention, we just gonna let it go. Okay? All right. I like that. So now we're gonna look at the faded cards. Let me look and see. So because I want it to be, in sync. This right here is telling me this week, my friends, my cousins, you could be at a crossroad in terms of what to do next. What's the decision, right? But I think if you don't know the answer by the end of the week, you will soon. They also seeing silence and no context. So you could be in silence with somebody who isn't speaking to you, and or this is suggesting that how about this week you become silent, maybe just so you can have like go inward, so you can have a better understanding of what's coming, and so that you can make a better decision when it comes to you deciding what option, what choice, what road to go on. They also want you this week to work on your self esteem, right? Um, Especially anything that is outdated with thinking, because if you have people around you um, telling you or making you think that you was something that you wasn't, they want you to start looking in the mirror and letting you know and look at yourself and let yourself know that you are beautiful. I used to do counseling years ago with like smaller children, and in particularly working on self-esteem. Normally I don't talk about myself, but I'm just going to say this little disclaimer. I want you to work on things that you think that are imperfect, which is perfectly beautiful. You are perfectly flawed, right? Because even a butterfly, there are no two butterflies that are the same. But I want you to start looking at these insecurities as things like a birthmark, things that make you stand out, that make you strikingly beautiful, right? Because when you are able to deal with your insecurities, nobody can call you out and make you think that you're something that you're not. I want you to look at these insecurities as things that make you beautiful. Okay. So I want you to take something that was bad and transmute that energy to something beautiful, because you are beautifully flawed. Okay. And remember, no one is perfect. Now, there could be a storm a coming, right? But that's all right, because with any storm, they don't last long, right? But I want you to be prepared. I don't know what it is. You might have knowledge of what that storm may be, but this is saying that there may be a little phase of some darkness in your life. But if it is a phase of darkness, you see this little light that's coming in? Right, it's going to be a breakthrough. So I don't want you to last or let it linger too long, okay? But just know something could come up that is unexpected. Like storms, they come and then they leave. And when they leave, the air is crisper, is the sky is clear, the sun comes out, flowers blossom and bloom. It's just part of the ebbs and flow of life, right? That's all I want you to know. I don't want you getting stuck in a moment, in a season of a chapter in your life. Why? Because you have so much beautiful things that you have to do. Okay, on to the next. So, with that being said, okay, we got a couple of timing cards. We got summertime fun, summertime fine. So maybe this summer you're gonna have some changes. So if you do have a storm that's a coming within this week or next week, and do know that time is linear, so everyone is on a different timeline. Maybe things will brighten up for you in the summertime, because springtime, we have some showers in order for things to grow and blossom and be beautiful, right? And maybe that's the period that you're in. But do know, remember, I said the sun will come out, and the sun is going to come out. It's saying that it could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo time, right? So this is a seasonal card, and or you could be dealing with this sign, these zodiac signs, and or you could be one of these zodiac signs. They're also saying know your worth. Remember, we talked about that in terms of self esteem, because when you know you, can't nobody turn you against you, because you already know who you are. So, Spirit is saying, fix your crown, boy or girl, right? Fix your crown. You know who you are, you know what you represent, and you know whose child you are, right? If not, I challenge you this week to work on that. But fix your crown, because there may be people who come around that are little haters that want to like take it off kilt a little bit. And even if they take it off kilt a little bit, I want you to readjust it, put a bobby pin in it so it don't move. And again, we had a card that says that fates, right? Now, let me tell you this, like I said to the other cards, I did not go and pluck these cards out. These are cards that came out because when I meditated, I asked the universe, I asked God for a sign for each stone. Okay. So this is telling me where you are, my dear. This moment in time, you are on the path that you're meant to be on. You know why? Because it is divinely intervention. It's fated. Okay, people think of karmic cycles. This also makes me think of the wheel that is in the Rider Waite, right? And the wheel just means as long as it's going in the right direction, that this was fated. Like you learned the lessons you needed to learn for the next cycle. So you are fated for this moment. So whatever is ended It was meant to end. And you are meant to go to this new transition, this new phase of your life. A lot of times when we are going from one level to another, we have storms. Okay. I just want you to know that we have storms. You may have to move. You may have a person that die or a person, somebody in your family close in your circle to pass away. You have all these little problems coming up, problems with your kids, problems with your car, even issues with your health. But whenever you're trying to elevate to the next level, it's always going to be something. It's like playing a video game. You get closer to the top, or you playing Donkey Kong. I'm telling my age. But anyway, you get closer to the top, and guess what? Here comes something else, like a barrel. They're coming faster now, right? And then there are things along the way, like God or the universe, your ancestors, like they'll send you something like a hammer so you can hit it, right? Or they'll send you like some fruit that you can throw and make the barrel like explode. Well, that's what your karmic, your not your karmic, your angelic team is doing, because you see how she got these angels, like these wings. She's protected. Yeah, you're gonna go through things in life, right? You are gonna go through things in life, but you will have things unexpectedly that come and help you so that you can go through the process. You can go through the birthing process of life, right? So that's why I'm saying a storm is coming. Okay, we get it. We know it. But they're saying know your worth, right? Because it's going to always be on this level, the next level, and the higher you go, like in the plane, it's going to be some, what is it? Where I don't want to say, what is it called? When the air, they go through a pocket of air, turbulence. It's going to be turbulence, my dear. But just because it's turbulence, it doesn't mean we turn back around and go back where we started. We just keep on going. We keep moving forward. Okay? All right. So let's get at it. So this week, things. So you may have somebody that come that try to force their way, their belief system, their ideology on life, force things on you, forces their way, and uses for forces to get what they want. Just be cognizant of that, okay? So you may have people, places around you that force you or want you to do things that you just don't feel comfortable doing. So you're gonna have to fight and stand your ground, right? Remember, know your worth. There could be some child services involved, right? Hopefully not. But it's like kids are at risk of being taken or is about to be reporting something, reports of abuse and neglect. Um, Somebody around you can have a huge ego, or this can be you too, cousin. But they're saying that a hurt ego getting in the way of relationship, right? That they might do some diabolical things by calling child protective services on you, just to cause some havoc, some issues in your life. Not everybody has kids, but just know that if you are in a relationship with someone, somebody is not talking to you. You could be dating someone that has a very big, huge ego and rather not talk to you and shut down. They're also saying that this week it could be same shit, different day, right? You know, it's like Groundhog's Day, no changes. You do the same thing every day, no changes. But I want you to, if that is the case with you, I want you to do something different this week, right? I want you to do something different. So, like journaling, doing things to keep yourself grounded, maybe even thinking about what's next for your life. You could have somebody that rejected you, right? Maybe this person that rejected you wants to tell you what you're not, but you know your worth. This person could be a runner, right? Literally an exerciser, somebody who likes to exercise and they're asking you to exercise or, to be a little bit more physically fit. And or this could be somebody in your life who is a runner, like runner chaser. You could be the chaser, they could be the runner, vice versa. You know your life. Somebody could be spying on you on social media by having fake accounts. And they just want you to be aware of that. So, and how you would know who this person is, this can be somebody who has rejected you in the past. They are a runner. You're trying to have like a relationship with them. They could have been in foster care, right? There's somebody who is very, they don't have a lot of changes in their life. They usually do the same thing day in, day out. This person got a big ego and they like to, it's like their way or the highway. This person refuses to compromise, and they are kind of like drama filled. So that's what you need to be on the lookout for this week. Okay. Let's pull a couple of cards for you, a couple of tarot cards for you. All right. So, Spirit, this is for Paul. Good Lord. It's just a minute. Okay. Let me shuffle down. This is for Paul 3, Spirit. What they need to know for this week? Paul 3. Paul 3. Thank you. Thank you. This is 5 of Cups. So you could be crying, you could be bored, you could be feeling depressed about somebody that left you. I have the Chariot, moving on from someone. Maybe you need to get a car, but this Chariot is in reverse. So it's like refusing to let something go, right? Let me see if I can shuffle it now. So the Star, hopes and wishes, Page of Swords. This could be somebody that's an air sign, right? Somebody that could be spying on you, but it's in reverse. Maybe they feel like they got some information on you. Could have some information coming in. All right. 3 of Cups, some abundance, family and friends. And we got the 3 of Swords, but it's in reverse. So maybe somebody had you in, you're healing from a third party situation. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what the energy is for the week. 3 of Cups. Spirit said, I said what I said. So you could be hanging out. You could be out there hanging out with family and friends. This is definitely telling me that you enjoying life. You at a good place and you really taking it all in, right? All right, let's see. 9 of Wands. So you could be very defensive this week with support, being defensive and having the strength to stand up for yourself for what you believe in. Queen of Cups. You could be emulating the Queen of Cups energy, being very intuitive. We got the Page of Wands here. This is like somebody who could be very spontaneous that's coming in, but you definitely on a defense for sure. The Knight of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles, like following your intuition. All right, so let's see. So definitely, like I said, I see you being very defensive. You creating boundaries with somebody, and it's like you following your intuition, right? Her persona is very flat, right? It's like she don't really trust anybody, and I hate to say that, but maybe it's like, okay, she been through some shit, and she's like, you know what, you could be in my energy, but you got to show me that you deserve to be here, right? It's like she following like the star at the top. It's like I don't want, she's like divinely, like she's been through so much, and like she is divinely guided, and she's like, okay, if you're meant to be here, then you need to show me that you're meant to be here, right? She's not taking it for granted. Like she got the sword, she got the scars that represented the hurt that she's been through. When I see these flowers on her, it's like the badges of what she's gone through, but she still is like supported by the universe. You could be this Queen of Cups energy, and I just read energy, but this is just letting you know that you could be very intuitive. You could be very compassionate and loving energy, and that's what you're emulating this week, having boundaries and being intuitive, right? You can have some communication coming in too. It could be from an entrepreneur, a business, somebody being very generous that wants to give to you. With this 7 of Wands, it's like you got to defend what you believe in, because you have people around you that want to challenge your position. She has a stick in both of these cards, right? Because this 7 of Wands is clarifying this Nine of Wands, and they both have these sticks. You could have things in your house to protect you, right? You got things this week that may want to come and challenge you, but I was inclined to look at her throat like you're going to really have to speak up and stand up for yourself this week. So make sure that you feel comfortable having to defend yourself, right? Not only defend yourself, but speak your truth, because you could have people that's coming around this week that wants to challenge you, right? Yeah, but this sister look like she ready for the action too. We have the Knight of Swords here, right? Um, so this is just letting me know, although you are being very intuitive and you're very compassionate and being very nurturing, Spirit is saying that they want you to slow down, reevaluate what you're doing, because you could be moving too fast, right? So they just caution you to just, usually the Knight of Swords is fast action. So this is like slow down. Think about what you're going to say and or do, meaning don't move so fast. This King of Pentacles. Now, you could have somebody that is younger than you that is coming around you, or they could be older with this King of Pentacles. But this person definitely wants to give to you, right? He could be an entrepreneur. He could be very stubborn, stuck in his ways, but he is definitely a man who has been through some things, very reliable, very grounded, but he may also have something to give to you. It could be a job, what have you, right? It's definitely some communication. Okay, I'm going to do a quick clarification. Why is this 9 of Wands and 7 of Wands here for pile number 3? Okay, so we got 3 of Cups. So you could be out here celebrating. It could be friends, family that this is saying that you need to be on defense with. It could be co-workers. It could be somebody that you love. This is definitely somebody who thought they had you in bondage and thought that that was kind of toxic, right? But they released in that toxicity, right? And it's like intuitively, instinctively, it's like it could have been like somebody that you have phenomenal intimacy with, right? But this is definitely letting me know like you're following your intuition and you're releasing anything that was toxic. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be a significant other. It's like you're following your intuition and you're releasing it, right? And if there was some competition, because this came out, is it's a wrap, right? And maybe because you're removing yourself from this conflict. Yeah, this is just letting me know that what, like, if somebody did have you in a toxic situation, it's like not anymore. It's like it's a wrap. It's not happening. Like you've possibly removed yourself, or it's just no longer happening, right? It's like you became aware of it. It could have been a friend that was messing around with somebody you was dating, right? But that's just letting me know that that's no more, right? That's no more. Okay. This Queen of Cups. Why is this Queen of Cups in the Knight of Swords here, Spirit? Can you give me a card for it? Okay. It's like because you're making a wish, right? It's like the universe is saying that they want you to pull back with this Knight of Pentacles because maybe you don't know, but you might not get the return on what you're wishing for. So basically and maybe this is why this Knight of Swords in reverse is here, because whatever you're wishing for, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it and it might not be what you're wanting, right? That's what I'm getting from that. Um, they're saying they want you to have more control. So definitely with this Four of Pentacles and this Knight of Swords in reverse, again, be careful what you're wishing for and praying for instinctively, because you got the High Priestess and you got the Queen of Cups. This is somebody that is very, very, very intuitive. You're very intuitive. So as you're over here manifesting, you're healing, you're making a wish, be careful what you're asking for. Have a look, bring it in some. Think about what it is that you want. Perhaps maybe right now, don't even wish for it because you're going to get it. You're going to get it in tenfold. You know, some people wish for it. I want them this, that, her to be like this. And then when you get it, you're like, oh my God, it's just too much, right? Well, they may be too much. So think about it. This Page of Wands and this Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So definitely something passionate, right? Something very passionate could be coming in. There could be somebody that you really want to start a family with. The only thing that I would say, like you see forever, like a legacy, right? The only thing I would say in regards to this is just be careful what you ask for and what you wish for, because sometimes we be wanting something so perfect that we forgot we don't accept people for who they are. Maybe it could come across as not official or too fake. Okay, too fake. Anything else to wrap this up with this Ten of Pentacles and this Lovers card? Okay, right. King of Pentacles representing a King of Pentacles. So this is definitely an earth sign. King of Pentacles on top of another King of Pentacles, which is a further confirmation. This is somebody who likes a lot of attention. This person will be there for you. Be very reliable. They got money in the bank. Shorty, what you drinking? And it seemed like the love would be mutual and they look at you like forever, right? And the Knight of Swords came back out and they could want to come at you fast, right? The only thing I would say to you is with this Page of Pentacles, like this person is really coming in and they got a nice size offer, right? This person really wants to come in and help you to release some of this burden off your life. Because what I say, you got good news coming in, you got some communication that's coming in, Ace of Wands, something that can be very passionate. I'm seeing this passionate. These lovers, they look at eyeball to eyeball, soul to soul. He like, baby, what you want? What you drinking? I got you. So just think about it, Shug. Just think about it because you're instinctively, you know what to do. You are guided. I'm seeing a star here, a lot of stars, right? This is letting me know like divine is really working on your behalf or whatever it is that you're trying to do this week. 3 cards for advice for pile 3. Okay, one more, please. Thank you. Okay, so whatever you're dealing with this week, you're going to be so gentle with your approach. You're going to have the strength, right? You may come across one way, but when people, when they really get to know you, they see that you're going to be very gentle, especially if you got communication coming in. They don't want you to be so quick to respond. You could have a love that comes in with this Two of Cups. I'm seeing like the Lovers and the Two of Cups. This is something that is definitely coming in as it relates to love, but this is like a true love. It's a divine love and a true love, right? I don't know if it's going to be forever. I can look and see, but this is something that you won't expect, right? When I see this Page of Swords, they could be younger than you. Um, the only thing I would say is just make sure that this person is just not in love with love, even yourself, that you need to be grounded and focused with what it is that you're really wanting. But this is letting me know you have the strength to do whatever it is that you're wanting to do. If this is what you're wanting, just be careful of missed opportunities, out of being bored, you know, feeling like you got everything, but you still don't have enough, and definitely set some boundaries, okay? Whoop, there you have it. We did it. I love you. I want to say, hopefully, if you're new here, thank you for sharing your time with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I take none of you for granted. If you like what I'm putting down, you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's do it again next time. And leave me a message. I don't bite. I enjoy the interaction, okay? Soon I will be doing readings. I'm not there yet. I have a couple more things I have to do, and I'm juggling the business and a full-time job. But with that being said, I love you. This is your cousin Lena, aka Super Duper Soul Star. Till next time. Peace.